What's happening YouTube? Welcome back to a new video. Now you probably guessed from that quick intro and the thumbnail and the title, we're back with the Alfa today. Now this is likely the last time you'll see the Alfa Romeo on the channel because I've got a sale agreed. Guys coming to collect it on Sunday and today's Thursday, but I've got one more thing to do because since the MOT and since I've took it for a bit of a run, the car's threw up an error code, the engine management light's on and the stop start is disabled. Now I'll put on screen now what the error code is, and when I've done some research what it boils down to, or potentially what it boils down to, and what I'm hoping for is that it's... So as you can see, what I've done already is I've got the bonnet up, I've got the car in the air because I'm going to change in this gear selector now. It's quite late in the evening, although it doesn't look it. It's about 4 o'clock in the evening. So I'm going to do a little bit of work now, a little bit of work tomorrow to get the car done. If I think I can get it done all in one stint, then I'll get it all done in one stint. So let's get on with today's job. So the first thing we need to do is inside the car, and we need to remove this because the connector sits underneath the gear. We need to make sure the car's in neutral, but it is. So let's get this up. So I've got the gate up, that's our connector there for our gear selection sensor. I'm going to leave it plugged in for now and get to the underneath of the car and get this heat shield off. So to get access to our gear position sensor, which is about here, we need to remove this heat shield. So this heat shield obviously starts here, runs along here. We've got an exhaust mount as well. So there is, from what I can see, there's a rivet there, there's one on this side as well. There's 13mm bolts, there's 5 of them. There's 2 more rivets somewhere, yeah, near here, and these clips at the front. So I'm going to start with the easy bit, which is the bolts. Right, so a bit of a squeeze, but them bolts are out, the exhaust is free. So that I should get the heat shield over that. I just need to drill out the rivets, which is my next job, and then the heat shield I'm hoping will be free. So let's get the... So that took a bit of time, that's why I stopped it filming, if I'm honest. I've drilled out all 4 rivets. There's just 2 clips right at the front, which I'm going to try and remove. They're like washers, you push them on and they lock on. So I'm hoping they're just a bit of a flathead. Give them a wiggle, they should pop off. And the heat shield should be free, he says. I feel like this job's going too well, it's going too easy, so, but we'll see. So they're the washers that I'm on about. There's one there, and there's one there. So if I pop them out, that should be the last thing holding the heat shield on. You can see what I mean, you push them on and they kind of lock on, so it might be a bit fiddly to get off, but I think flathead's the way forward with them. There's 2. So that's it. Everything holding the heat shield on is free. So let's get the heat shield out of the way. Jump forward, but I'll explain. So once you've got your heat shield off, them 4 bolts are actually holding in your gear stick inside the car, and you reveal this plastic housing which has got this base on it. So all you've got to do is kind of pry a screwdriver in each side, and once you've got one side free, it will come free, and that exposes just in here. This is our gear stick selector. So I've disconnected it already from the inside of the car, so what I need to do now is just pop this out, pop our new one on. Sounds simple. I'm not convinced this is the fix, but it sounds simple. So this is the sensor I took off. Now it's mad to think that this little, mainly plastic. Oh, look at this. Can you see that on camera? So maybe it was at fault because look, this cable's actually broke. See it? So, well, maybe we are doing the right thing. So I don't know how well you can see these brick cables have actually broke. Now I don't feel like I could have broke that taking it out, and then if I have broken taking this sensor off, there must have been a break in them for it to snap the way it has. So maybe we are doing the right thing replacing this. Like I say, I weren't convinced, but let's get the new one. So this is how your new sensor comes. Now we don't take that red tab off until we've got it in the car. That's the important thing. That needs to stay on until we've got it secured to the car. So we'll double check that we haven't knocked the car into gear, because the car needs to be in neutral. Yeah, let's make sure we're in neutral and we'll go. Right, so just to secure that, so you can see I've left the yellow tab on. I'm going to connect the electrical connector inside the car, reconnect the battery before I build everything back up, because hopefully I can test it, if that makes sense. So just to the front of the gear stick, you can see that's our new plug and where we need to connect it. So I'm going to reconnect them now. So the new sensor's on. I'm going to pull the red pin out. See the red pin? So I'm just going to pull that out. That should now set it off. So let's get my tools out from underneath the car, lower it down, see if we've got it done. Now you don't have to, but I actually disconnected the battery before doing this job. There's nothing on red that I've read online. I'll read a link to where I've got the instructions from online, which are called Alfa Workshop. They've been dead useful. Like I say, I disconnected the battery. You don't have to. I'm hoping that will help reset the code. So let's see. Ignition on. It's a good start. Oh, the engine, power steering. That's because we've just reconnected the battery. Stop start unavailable. Steering connector unavailable, stop start. But the engine lights out, that's the main thing. The stop start could be the voltage now on the battery. All that could be to do with the being disconnected, low voltage or whatever. But yeah. So the steering connector and stuff are very lightly linked to low voltage on the battery. I've just obviously disconnected and reconnected the battery, so I'm going to build the car back up. I'm not worried because we didn't have them faults before, so I'm no doubt that them faults are related to the battery. And then likely is what I'll do before Sunday, I'll just set the car on a bit of a run, make sure that obviously the error codes and stuff have gone. Let's get the car back in the air. So just to clear that up then, I've took the car on a bit of a run and we have got no warning light. As you can see, the only warning light on the dash is the handbrake, which comes off. But there are no warning lights on this dash, so clearly the gear position sensor was at fault. So again, the code's on screen. I think it's P018D, if that's the code you've got, and you get an engine management light and your stop start's unavailable. That's what it'll be if you've got an Alfa Romeo. Like I said then at the start of this video, I've sold this car. This was the last job. It weren't a job that I anticipated to do. Yeah, we are good to go. The stop, everything works now on this car. It's 100% good for 12 months, full service, MOT, rust repair, everything is done. It's been a journey, but the journey's now over. So yeah, thank you very much, Alfa. Thank you for being the first project car on BAM Motors, on the first project car of 2023. So have you got a project car? Well, in fact, what we'll do is the next video you'll see, we'll talk about the cost of this car, and we'll talk about how much money, if I've made any money. Now for those that have followed the project, you'll know how much I paid for this car, so you know, you'll know if I've made money or not already. If you haven't, go back, check them videos out. Thanks very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next one. Boom.